Is this the humidity capital of the world or what? Can't they move this shit to Thanksgiving where a nigga can get a breeze up in here? My God. This shit'll kill a fat woman, I'm gonna tell you what. Poor Chichi LaRue still in the hospital on here. How you doing? Step up here. Come up here, Percy. This is my husband, Percy Q Liquor. Yeah. How you doing? We busted up in 1972, but we just recently got back together. Was you in prison? Where in the hell you been for 35 years?
2 years.
Was it a felony or a misdemeanor that got you?
Misdemeanor.
Bless your heart. I'm gonna talk to Kathleen Banaka and get her to pardon your ass before she get through. Cause you know that Bobby Jindal not gonna pardon shit up in here. Oh, but we back together and last night he put it on me good. You remembered to bring the weed, I hope, nigga, cause I ain't playing this shit last time. You remembered to bring the weed, I hope, nigga, cause I ain't playing this shit last time. You remembered to bring the weed, I hope, nigga, cause I ain't playing this shit last time. No, that's Oklahoma, I don't know. I applied for the United Negro College Fund, but I spent my money on marijuana, praise the Lord. Let's do a little song for the Southern boys. Play number 3. Who is my baby daddy? I have worked and worked the Social Security Administration, the Department of Welfare, Louisiana Felony Patrol, trying to figure out where in the fuck I ever got all these children named shit like Tito, Limbo, Cracker Jack, Arangelo, K Martina, Aloe Vera, Velveeta, Genitalia, Aloe Vera, Maybelline, Gingivitis, Burl Cream, Crew X, NyQuil, Gangsta Q, and Daffodil, Demoxoris, Dolores, Skanisha, Gonorrhea. Girl, that poor baby. Who is my baby daddy? I know it's one of you bastards who was doing me while I was asleep. Nova Scotia, Bubblicious, Coupon Eater, Gonorrhea, Ice Bucket, Butt Ugly, Visine, Margarita, Percolator, Velcro, Taekwondo, Chromosome, Obstetria, and Shatheen. And you pronounce that shithead. Who is my baby daddy? I be so damn tired of paternity tests. Maury Povich tell me that he don't know who gave me this. I told him check the DNA just to let me know. I don't know who is my daddy. I don't give a shit, but somebody come bring me some Bacardi or some money. Who is my baby daddy? What do it take? Who is my baby daddy? Shit, how's she doing?
Not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And I gotta give a shout out to Big JXX for letting us in the know about a character, Shirley Q, Shirley Q Liquor, which is from, I guess, the imagination of a man called Charles Nip. So I'm going to talk about this modern day minstrel, but I'm going to talk about problems with Big JXX videos and some of his prior videos. The thing is, you can't expect much out of this black corner of YouTube when you know that roast videos run dominant. That's what people are here for. You know, they're not here to be enlightened. They're not here to you know what I'm saying, to really talk about social issues. They want to see other black men. You know, it's still kids riding home from the school bus. I'm like, you should know this, Big JXX. Instead of calling, you know, black YouTube, you know what I'm saying, cowards because they won't talk about something and so forth, why don't you just talk about it? You know what I'm saying, you create it, and we can create a dialogue and a discussion and point something out, because you have to understand, not everybody has heard of everything. Like, you know, I never heard of this Shirley Q Liquor character, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't. and I'm gonna go into the reasons why. But I have, you know what I'm saying, spent yesterday some hours just looking at Shirley Q's Liquor's you know, stuff on the internet and so forth. You know, doing research is a whole lot easier now. But you know, it's you can't just you know, say that, you know, talk about how where's your videos against this. Just make a video, just do it. It's like I did. Like there's a guy by the name of well, YouTube name of Libertarian Realist, and he's trying to put forth the argument that black peoples are stupid due to genetics and not culture, you know, and I made 2 videos countering his hodgepodge and so forth. I'm not going to worry about this sector of YouTube saying, hey, you guys go at each other, but where's your videos against Libertarian Realists? Where's your videos against this? And so forth. And there's a lot of things people haven't heard of. Like, I can't get, you know, mad at people for not hearing about Robert R. Crumb and some of his racist cartoons. You know, I just make a video about it, and a lot of my videos, people say like, "Oh, I didn't know that," you know, and so forth. Or the Ralph Balsky film Coonskin, which in 1976, when you know, he did an animated movie where portraying black people as kind of like animorphs, still in blackface, like a cartoon. Or whatever, and he deemed it wasn't racist. And when I made a video about that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people was like, oh wow, I never heard of this, and so forth. So that's the thing, people may be turned off if you constantly saying that people is like, you have this notion that people know about something, but they're kind of they don't want to talk about it and so forth, you know, they refrain from it. Now I admit it is silly in this corner of YouTube, and where people are infatuated with the whole roastorama, you know what I'm saying, roasting and toasting, and they turn around and constantly call people coons. You're a coon, you're a coon, you're a coon, but they won't make any videos about racism, about, you know what I'm saying, white people straight up blunt, you know what I'm saying, racism and characters and so forth, but they're real quick to deem another black person coon, but not even go into his argument and so forth. I'm like, that is completely rudimentary, you know, and it just shows you that this corner of YouTube has really fell deep into the gallows. You know, all it is just dudes going back and forth and accusing somebody for being a coon and not really stepping up and talking about real serious situations that's going on in modern media and so forth. I'm like, you can call out the black man who's wearing proverbial blackface, but you won't call out any type of white dude that is physically actually putting on blackface. But you know what I'm saying, enough about that. I don't want to Big JX and throw it out, I'm ragging on him. But let's go into this Shirley Q, well, it's Charles Nip, aka Shirley Q Liquor. And I'm like, boy, now this is derogatory in every form of the words. And I feel that there's a reason why people don't know about this character, or people are shying away from it and don't want to talk about it, because this dude is a homosexual. You know, and I guess since people consider homosexuals a minority group that's discriminated against, oh, it's okay. You know, homosexual from the South. This person is a turd burglar, fudge packer, a sausage swindler. And well, I tell you, when I first saw the clip, this clip of this character performing in some sort of nightclub, I was taken back. You know, I didn't know that it was kind of like a drag show, that this person goes and does these, you know, do gay clubs. You know, drag shows, cross dressers, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. I'm like, because they're, you know, it's weird. And I guess when you're inside this level, that anything goes, nothing is below the belt. Because the clip I showed you, there was actually a black guy in the crowd standing up and smiling with Shirley Q Liquor. But you know what I'm saying, black homosexuals, you know what I'm saying, they're off their rockers. Because when you see black homosexuals saying gay is the new, wearing t-shirts saying gay is the new black, that tells you, you know what I mean? You know, it seems like they want to more align themselves with their, what they call family, you know what I'm saying? Their homosexual brethren, you know what I'm saying, rather than black people, because, you know, they feel like they've been rejected by blacks and this is the family they want to embrace. You know, okay. But this is, you know what I'm saying, modern day minstrel show, a real minstrel, you know what I'm saying, not the type of minstrels that worthless David Carl talks about. And the thing is that Shirley Q's character is transcended to radio. So, you know what I'm saying, so I understand you walking around and doing your, the drag queen circuit and performing in front of a bunch of gays, which, you know what I'm saying, that's not, you know what I'm saying, I can't give that a pass by no ways. But when you're on the radio, okay, that's different. Because people who heard of Shirley Q. Liquor maybe not even know that this person is a homosexual, but know that this is a white man, you know, performing in blackface. You know, and that's the thing is, when black people criticize homosexuals, we're still called homophobic. You know, black people will still be called racist. You know what I'm saying? If we criticize whites too harsh. And me looking at this, and the character is all wrong. First of all, look at that name, Shirley Q. Liquor. I'm like, what typical black person even has the name Shirley? And Q. Liquor, you know what I'm saying? If you wanted to be correct, they should have had some kind of, let's say, Wallalisha or whatever, Thompson, because, you know what I'm saying, they have an Anglo-Saxon black name, an Anglo-Saxon last name to let them know that they come from the plantation's slave master's name. And the character is a paradox, because it has this image of this big woman, this big, overweight, southern, like this, the trope of the overweight, over-the-hill southern black woman. You know, even with the gaudy jewelry. But then he mixes it up with that, you know what I'm saying, the lifestyle of what we consider the typical ratchet hood rats. No, there's two different things. It's like Modia. You know, I'm like, when you have an like a church going black woman, you know what I'm saying, that southern trope. Yeah, you know, we all have aunties that were, you know what I'm saying, kind of like the tacky pearls and so forth. You know, I'm like, these type of women, you know what I'm saying, they don't have like these 19 kids by 19 baby daddies. Now, usually these type of women, you know what I'm saying, the old school overweight Christian black woman will be married, you know what I'm saying, be married to somebody named Clyde who drinks moonshine, who has a gambling problem and who's very passive. You know, you get my drift. And then you have, you know what I'm saying, your let's say your ghetto hood rat. Well, I don't even like using that term, but let's say for the sake of the argument, that is living off welfare and have these kids. We know about that female and that, you know what I'm saying, who made their well, the clip made its media rounds, who had 19 kids, and I think that's where Charles Knipp draw his inspiration from. But this person is different than, you know what I'm saying, our soul food eating grandmothers and great grandmothers. So yeah, he got these two tropes mixed up. So who are you going to be? Are you going to be the old school overweight, you know what I'm saying, Baptist black woman who wears the dress or the moo-moo? Are you going to be the you know what I'm saying, the welfare queen? They're two different things. You know what I'm saying? Because these women, they normally are married. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes even live in a nice house, don't live in welfare, and criticize people on welfare, yeah, and so forth. But I guess he feels that, oh, it's black. Black women are all the same. Yeah, no, and then he also mixes up Kwanzaa and a little bit of the whole Afrocentric thing. And he just puts it all in one big melting pot. You know what I'm saying? What is it melting to? Racist stew. And I'm watching an interview with Charles Knipp, And that even makes it more worse for him to try to clarify his position. This dude had the audacity to say that only white supremacists would find this offensive. You know, like anybody else would just have a good laugh and chuckle at it. And then he said that he had a black caretaker, so I guess he lived privilege. You know, a southern gay homosexual that lived privilege that had 18 kids. And I guess that's where he said he admired this woman. But if this character was true, you had this black mammy with 18 childrens, as how he would say it, or whatever the fuck. Would this person be proud of this character that you created? You know what I'm saying? Would she have a good laugh at it? And if this person did have 18 kids, did she have 18 kids by the same man? Because there's nothing wrong with having kids. My auntie has 13 kids. 13 kids by the same man. And had them all after marriage. And live in a nice house in Aiken, Indiana. Which the only thing that goes on in that town is the goddamn pumpkin harvest every year. I'm like, they live on a damn mini farm. But of course, and you know, and she's a die-hard Christian or whatever. You know, she kind of has that trope. But she's married with kids, you know what I'm saying? She had all her children during marriage. But of course, that's not, white people aren't going to represent that. See, that's the thing. The thing is with the Shirley Q character, it's not that this guy is putting on blackface to try to parody a black woman. But he's trying to incorporate every single negative connotations that comes along with it. You see what I mean? So he just imitated a black woman and said, oh child, and fanned himself, you should come to my church. But then he mixed that up with the whole ghetto-rama, you know what I mean, and the stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? A real bad social issue that we do recognize that is a problem. But yet and still, these homosexuals get all offended when us black people say something about, or anybody say something bad about them. You know what I'm saying? Like Isaiah Washington called him his co-star, you know what I mean, a faggot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the hypocrisy here. But that's the thing, and of course, racist whites are going to graft onto it. They're going to love it, you know. And that's the thing that's most offensive, because they're going to say that this is not, because white people are real quick to say that this is not racist. And I'm reading some comments of them saying, well, what about white chicks? And I know white people are going to constantly, and I hate that movie. I hate the fact that Damon Wayans and Marlon Wayans did white chicks as much as a white person would hate it. But they're just imitating white chicks. Or let's go into Robert Downey Jr. and his character in Tropic Thunder. And the NAACP even gave that a pass. And I tell people, if you give white people these passes, they're going to go back. They're going to stretch it. I'm like, these are the same people that did Amos and Andrew and all sorts of other boondoggle. And you're going to allow, you know what I'm saying? Don't let it through a door. Don't let something crack through the opening of the door, or that the hinge of the door is going to fly off. You know what I'm saying? And the floodgates are going to be open. But I understand that white people, you know what I'm saying, been doing this. You're not going to stop them when it comes to this sort of ill behavior. You know, but still, Robert Downey Jr. just, even though he tried to talk with the jive and the stereotypical ebonics, he was just a black soldier. C. Thomas Howell in the movie Soul Man donned on blackface. And, you know, I'm surprised James Earl Jones participated in that movie. You know, but C. Thomas Howell, even though he tried to go, you know what I'm saying, try to talk with that jive and walk with a strut, he was still imitating a black person in college. But Shirley Q. Liquor is not just imitating a black female, but with all the negative stereotypes that come along with it. You know what I'm saying? Racist boondoggle. You know what I'm saying? I'm on welfare. I got 19 kids. All my baby daddy's in jail. And he does this song. You know what I'm saying? Here are all my kids named Gingivitis, Megaritis. I can't. You know, I'm not even going to try to duplicate that. You know, but this person is making a pretty penny off this character. And some people try to defend it, saying it's not a white person in blackface because he puts on blackface that is made for black women. Like, that's still blackface. It doesn't matter if you put on tar, you put on shoe polish, or you actually burn some charcoal and make your face black from actual smoke. When you darken your skin to imitate a black person, that is blackface. Don't matter if it's mud. It doesn't matter if it's like a solid jet black or it's just brown. You know what I mean? A cocoa brown. You know, and so forth. And then they, as they say, they'll say that it's a drag show or whatever. It's, you know, it's part of an act. I mean, they say, well, black people don't get that. White people act like such retarded children, and they leave out so many variations when they try to justify their racism. And since Shirley Q. Liquor is on the radio, you know what I'm saying, does a radio has a little some airtime on the radio, along with a guy named Michael Burry, who also imitates a black person. Yeah, it's Amos and Andrew done right over. Nothing changed. Same shit. You know, done over. New Millennium Minstrel Show. That's all I want to say. Thanks for watching. Shirley forth.